What if Michael Jackson's biggest secret just detonated in 2025, and his hidden son vanished forever after uncovering a betrayal that shattered his soul? This isn't rumor anymore, it's devastation. Stay locked until the very end because the second DNA test, the handwritten note from MJ, the credit card, and Brandon Howard's total disappearance will leave you absolutely speechless. If your jaw is already dropping, smash that like button right now, subscribe to Star World Insider, and hit the bell, because this is the most explosive celebrity bombshell you'll hear all year. Hey, what's up everybody? This is B. Howard here. A lot of people speaking for me lately. Let me be crystal clear, I never called myself Michael Jackson's son. I'm not suing the estate. I've been taken care of extremely well, and trust me, I make my own money my own way. Brandon Howard only wanted to create music, build his own path, live normal under the most abnormal spotlight imaginable, the endless shadow of the greatest entertainer ever. For decades, the world obsessed. The face, the voice, the dance moves, everything screamed Michael. Then that wild 2014 DNA test screamed 99.999% match. Brandon Howard is MJ's biological son. Everyone yelled fake, or coincidence. But what if the real truth was way darker, way more dangerous, way too painful to ever say out loud? And when Brandon finally hunted it down himself, what he found didn't just prove every rumor, it obliterated his entire reality. Breaking right now, B. Howard severs every tie after irrefutable 2025 DNA proof confirms he's Michael Jackson's secret love child, and what Michael left him in a hidden envelope will break your heart. You think you know the story? You know nothing yet. Keep watching, this gets insane. That face you couldn't unsee. Brandon Howard glided through the R&B scene for years like a ghost with superstar DNA. Killer singer-songwriter carving his lane the hard way, no handouts, no nepotism claims, just pure talent. To the casual listener, just another hungry artist grinding for the big break. But then social media lit up like Thriller night, and it wasn't just the tracks blowing up. It was the face. Those razor-sharp cheekbones that could cut glass. That defined jawline that screamed Jackson 5 era. Those eyes, deep, haunting, unmistakable windows carrying a legacy the world felt in their bones but couldn't quite name. It wasn't only looks, fam whispers started day one. Yo, that's Michael Jackson's kid. Die-hard MJ stans turned into FBI detectives overnight, zooming in on every pixel, analyzing every frame like it was the Zapruder film. Brandon's moves on stage? Straight sorcery, fluid like water, precise like a scalpel, dripping with those subtle king of pop nuances that made your skin crawl because it felt too real. But here's the thing, Brandon never imitated. He never did the moonwalk for clout or grabbed his crotch for attention. He just was. His voice? That same breathy falsetto fire, that emotional knife twist delivery that hit you right in the soul like human nature. But still 100% Brandon. This wasn't copycat. This was bloodline inheritance screaming through every note. Performance videos detonated across TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Comment sections became war rooms, confession booths, therapy sessions. Fans stayed up until 4 a.m. connecting dots. The head tilt when he hits high notes, the shy but electric smile, the finger snaps, the shoulder pops. All pure MJ blueprint. Award shows? Red carpets? Straight gasoline poured on the inferno. Industry insiders started whispering louder. The humility mixed with that untouchable star aura. It's genetic, bro. Even critics who hated Nepo baby talk couldn't deny it. Brandon stayed radio silent though. Never fed the beast. Never confirmed. Never denied. That silence? Pure rocket fuel. It turned a talented artist into the living, breathing proof of the biggest cover-up in music has ever seen. Imagine looking that much like the biggest icon ever and saying nothing. The mystery ate people alive. If this resemblance is already giving you chills, destroy that like button, subscribe to Star World Insider right now, turn on notifications, because the childhood secrets are about to get 10 times darker. Childhood soaked in lies and luxury. Brandon Alexander Howard, born 1981, literally cradled in music royalty most people can't even dream of. Mom Miki Howard, absolute R&B goddess with that velvet voice that could make you cry on command. Hits like Love Under New Management, emotional depth that hit different. But backstage though? Her world collided hard with the Jackson machine. Joe Jackson, the Iron Fist patriarch who built the Jackson empire on blood, sweat, and fear, personally managed Miki's early career. Yes, that Joe Jackson. The connection wasn't casual. It was buried deep in industry lore, whispered in smoked-out studios and private jets. To the public, Miki was independent queen. To insiders? The ties were blood-thick, tangled, dangerous. For little Brandon, childhood was liminal luxury. Private parties behind velvet ropes where billionaires and legends rubbed shoulders, backstage arenas where icons traded glances that said everything without a word, hotel suites where conversations never ever leaked. Dressed like a mini superstar from day one. Custom fits, dance lessons before he could read properly, vocal coaching while other kids played Nintendo. Groomed for greatness, but always that black hole question hanging like smoke, who is my daddy? Adults froze when he asked. Shrugs. Nervous laughs. Ask your mom. Or straight up change the subject. Sometimes vague stories about Mickey's old boyfriends. Most times? Total shutdown. The secrecy was thick you could cut it. Brandon grew up with a father-shaped void, surrounded by people who absolutely knew the truth but picked silence over everything. That silence became chains. That void became poison. The older he got, the heavier it weighed. Every birthday, every milestone, every mirror glance. Michael Jackson staring back but nobody would say the name. He started piecing it together himself as a teen. The way certain people looked at him at family gatherings, the hushed phone calls when he walked in the room, the way some Jackson insiders treated him different. Too kind, too distant, too something. The deeper he dug, the clearer it became. This wasn't just absent dad. This was protected nuclear secret that could burn down empires. Imagine being a kid and realizing your existence is the one thing adults are terrified to talk about. Heartbreaking doesn't cover it. If you're feeling this pain already, like this video right now, subscribe to Star World Insider, hit the bell, because the Billie Jean theory is about to blow your mind wide open. The Billie Jean theory that refuses to die, and for good reason. 1983. Michael Jackson, already the biggest star on planet Earth, drops Billie Jean. Instant classic. But the lyrics? A woman claims he's the father of her child. Michael swears it's not true. He denied it in every interview. But listen closer. Just 2 years earlier, 1981, Brandon born to Miki Howard, who close friends called Billy. Coincidence? Or confession in plain sight? The timing is surgical. Connections don't stop there. Michael and Miki ran in the exact same elite circles. Same award shows, same producers, Quincy Jones connections everywhere, same parties, same everything. Their friendship went from professional to personal fast, according to insiders who were actually there. Whispers turned to screams on fan forums. Is Billie Jean Michael's coded message? Is Miki the real Billy? The theory went nuclear because the similarities are terrifying. Brandon doesn't just look like Michael, he is Michael in so many ways. Voice timbre identical. Phrasing identical. Dance instincts identical. Musical genius identical. Early 2000s when Brandon started dropping music, critics lost their minds. This isn't influence, this is DNA. Old photos surfaced like treasure. Brandon and Michael at the same events as a kid, Michael smiling at him different, hand on shoulder, whispers in ear, photos the estate tried to bury. Fans went frame by frame on old footage. Same hand gestures, same spin technique, same everything. Some next-level obsessives even did handwriting analysis. Parallels actually scary. And Brandon? Still silent. Never leaned in. Never pushed it. But you could see the weight crushing him. Every mirror was a reminder. Every camera flash showed Michael's face staring back. The man was living in a prison of someone else's legacy. If this theory just gave you full-body chills, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on the bell, because the 2014 DNA disaster is next and it's wild. 2014, the test that almost destroyed him. Internet was already a monster, but this fed it rocket fuel. Beverly Hills dentist Dr. Joseph Goodman announces, I have Michael Jackson's actual dental mold DNA. Tested against Brandon Howard. 99.9999% match. World absolutely exploded. Headlines everywhere. Twitter, yeah it was Twitter then, broke. Michael Jackson has a secret son trended for days. Brandon suddenly the most famous nobody on earth. Living linked to the biggest secret ever. But then, cracks. Lab denied everything. Experts called the chain of custody joke. Goodman and Alki David known for viral stunts. Whole thing smelled like publicity circus. Narrative collapsed in weeks. Brandon came out swinging, I never authorized this. I don't want Jackson money. I don't want drama. I'm making my own way. Backlash was vicious though. Called opportunist, clout chaser, fake. His real music got buried under the noise. He disappeared for years. But here's the twist, the fake test woke something in him. The noise died down, but the need for real answers only grew louder. He couldn't live with what if anymore. He needed the truth, No cameras, no clout, just facts. And in 2025, you got it. But at what cost? You still here? Like if you're Team Brandon, subscribe now, bell on. The second test is absolutely devastating. Mom who carried the secret alone. Miki Howard, R&B legend, privacy fortress. When 2014 storm hit, she got dragged whether she wanted or not. Essence magazine interview. Voice calm but you could hear the pain cracking through. I had no idea about any test. I was blindsided. I love my son. I have nothing to hide. But watch the footage, the eyes don't lie. When asked about Michael romance. Sudden vagueness. Timelines fuzzy. Direct questions dodged like bullets. Then the slip that broke everyone. She called herself Brandon's father. Not mother and father, father. She raised him alone in a world that knew but wouldn't speak. Pride in her voice but terror too. Terror of what the full truth would destroy. For Brandon watching that interview? Knife to the heart. His own mother couldn't say it out loud. Silent confirmation that the lie was bigger than anyone imagined. Legacy built on love, silence. If this part is making you emotional, like the video, subscribe. Star World Insider, hit that bell. The estate's cold calculation is next. Legacy worth billions, and too fragile for truth. After MJ's 2009 death, the estate became fortress. Debts turned to hundreds of millions. Catalog, image rights, unreleased tracks, locked tighter than Fort Knox. Public story perfect. Tragic genius, no scandals that can't be managed. Unknown heir? Nuclear option. Lawsuits, payout demands, family fracture, empire chaos. Insiders say the silence wasn't hate, it was survival. Acknowledge Brandon equals open floodgates. Rewrite history. Split the fortune. Jermaine called it fraud. Tito called it scam. LaToya got photographed with Brandon but stayed mute. Estate saw him as threat. Fans saw him as invasion. Brandon saw himself as ghost. If you're raging at the injustice, like, subscribe, bell, because the second test changes everything. 2025, the real test, the real heartbreak. Brandon done waiting. No more rumors. He went private, ultra private. Contacted MJ's former personal physician. Someone who treated Michael for years, kept every secret, owed no one. Authentic archived DNA from Michael's medical files, preserved perfectly, legally verified. Not auction junk, real. Test done under forensic lockdown, lawyers, notaries, everything ironclad. Result? 100% match. No doubt. But that's not even the worst part. With the results came sealed envelope, Michael's personal seal. Inside, credit card with MJ's signature, and handwritten note. The card wasn't for money. It was key to private trust, private account, private acknowledgement Michael set up for my biological child only. He wanted to provide quietly, privately, without the world knowing. Michael knew. He wanted to take care of his son, but never publicly. Brandon was deliberately erased to protect the machine. Joe Jackson allegedly forced Miki to sign NDAs, buried the truth under contracts, threats, money. Miki allegedly signed too. Brandon's entire life? Built on calculated lie. The man who could have been his father chose legacy over son. The realization didn't bring peace. It brought total destruction. He broke. If you're crying right now like this video, subscribe, hit the bell. The Disappearance is next and it's brutal. The aftermath, total erasure. Early 2025, Brandon vanished like he never existed. Social media wiped. Music contracts terminated. Foundation he planned to honor Michael? Dissolved. Legal name change, Howard surname gone forever. Cut off mom, estate, everyone. Sources say in private he just kept repeating, I am his son. Like a curse, not celebration. Mourning the father who knew but never claimed him. Mourning the childhood stolen by lies. Mourning the legacy that chose money and myth over a child. He didn't want billions. He didn't want fame. He wanted truth. And the truth cost him everything. He walked away from it all. Forever. If your life was one giant lie, would you fight or disappear? Tell me in the comments. This story absolutely wrecked me. Thank you for watching Star World Insider. Like, if you want justice for Brandon, subscribe right now, turn on all notifications. We drop truth bombs weekly. Share this with every MJ fan you know. The truth deserves to be heard. See you in the next one.